Not a belief, however. Be me. Iraq 2007. Me, civilian contractor, used to be a senior Fed. Never served in combat yet somehow landed a field BSO, our company's policy, role. Basically I was a manager for a section and was responsible for all war crimes casualties that happened there for our company and occasionally inquired about by US military. I documented and made sure paperwork etc. was good to go. Basically just sign off whenever there's a gunfight usually. 2007. Marines and contractors kill a driver in my space. He drove toward them and had died. Usual stuff has probably happened 200,000 times during the GWAT. Especially under scrutiny though. My superior asks me to double down on facts and make sure everything is solid. Apparently we are getting shit due to locals saying the hole wasn't a terrorist, had no bombs, not my son's spiel. Still normal. This happens all the time. Trying to make paperwork watertight. Turns out under the surface the story was weaker than the old lady. Descriptions off, picture missings. No actual photos of the bomb. Don't want anything to do with this. Our company says off the record it was the Marines that fucked up, but our guys are good, so it doesn't matter, pressured to falsify data. I do because why not? Week goes by. My boss tells me I have to meet with a Marine who was my equivalent to go over it again. Oh boy. JPG. Decide just gonna stick to the story. Meet the dude, a LT colonel or something. My surprise, the Marines and company guys who were involved are in the room as well. He kinda takes point, and I just sit there. My boss and 3 more Marine officers are there too. Play us a video. It's a shitty camera, clearly an Iraqi filming from a balcony or something. A few people look shaken, visibly so. Just so confused. Car is driving. Marines and company dudes yelling stop. Car keeps coming. They light it up, rightfully so. Crashes on the side of the road into a pole. Eventually something gets out of the driver's seat. More stops. Gets lit up with mags of 556. Calmly walking toward them. Getting shot, multiple times. Center mass. Dressed in all while, clean white. Extremely rare to see clean white over there. Not even moving shoulders to the side of swaying with the bullets like the movies. Gets close to them, maybe 15 feet. Headshots. Goes down. Something else comes out of the backseat. They light him up automatically. He goes down. They all just wait around for like 15 more mins. Need Eid for it. Cuts. Video resumes, same angle. It's nighttime now, bright lights illuminate the car, so you get a good view. Apparently Eid did a controlled demo. Going through body parts general evidence. Not much obviously. After 5 mins Marines, and everyone huddled around something. Some guy moves and you can clearly see a humanoid non-human, blown up. Gray skin. Green gashes everywhere. Huge eyes. No nose or mouth. Fucking wings on its shoulders. Closed tight towards its body. Not shown for a long time, didn't get a super good look, but it was not a man. Video shuts off. A Marine explains after this, it's just more waiting until medical comes. The Marine officers explained this footage ended up online. Questions the Marines and contractors about it. They pretty much say yeah it happened. They give a detailed description. Grayscales. Has no human identifiable feature such as Adam's apple. Most senior Marine officer tells the 19-year-old Marines besides them, everyone here has a top secret clearance, I literally didn't. And if they spoke about it, they would be courted. Told to fill in the blanks about the video. 2/3. Oh shit bros, the alien jihadists fucking got him. Be me. Eurofag with hunting rifle. Group of friend invites me to go with him to cinema range for the first time, fancy indoor range where moving hunting scenes are projected at a huge white screen in front of the backstop. Once a shot is fired the video pauses for a second and the hit is marked with a red X. Costs like fucking €90 for an hour of shooting, not including ammo. Have to stand in line with like 5 dudes shoulder to shoulder taking turns shooting at the various animals on screen. There are 4 of us, and the range officer projector operator wants 5 shooters before starting up the range. They ask if we're okay with a stranger in the drop-in queue being lumped in with us. Agree that it'll be fine. Stranger enters. Poorly dressed colossal neckbeard, like 210 centimeters 150 kilograms. He drags in like 4 rifle cases and a fucking duffel bag full of ammo. Ends up standing directly to the left of me. Neckbeard uncomfortably overly friendly and acts like we've known each other since childhood. Immediately after introducing himself. Spend 5 minutes prepping weapons, loading mags, listening to the range officers. Neckbeard slams Abomination Rifle N01 on the counter. He's eagerly telling me all about it despite me never asking. It's some bastardized roller delayed H&K thing in a conventional sporter stock he made himself. Shooting commences, everything goes smoothly until it's Neckbeard's turn. His rifle ejects brass at transonic velocities directly at me. I swear these things had the impact energy of 9x19 bullets. Damn near kills me. I swear these things left bruises through my clothes. Shooting is paused so that everyone can shuffle around and place Neckbeard at the far right of the firing line. Shoot like ass because I'm still borderline traumatized from the brass incident and being around Neckbeard is outright unnerving. Shooting resumes and goes smoothly until Neckbeard slaps a 20-round mag in his rifle and decides to triple tap multiple targets on the screen and gets a very firm warning from the range officer. Neckbeard clears rifle and returns it to the case, switching it out for Abomination Rifle N02. Some old bolt action with a barrel chopped down to like 45 centimeters, has a compensator like an old Nazi anti-tank gun. Neckbeard loads up and preps while we others are shooting. Neckbeard starts shooting and it's like someone just started throwing flashbangs at us. The muzzle flash is enormous and bright white, the concussion is brutal, even with full hearing protection it rattles the teeth. Ejected cases are nearly the size of cigar tubes as the rifle is chambered for some kind of giant semi-rimmed magnum round. No one else can concentrate on shooting. Neckbeard told to retire Abomination Rifle N02 and told to shoot with something else. Neckbeard begrudgingly agrees and returns from his stack of gun cases with a fucking full-auto AK-47 instead, no clue how he got a license for that thing. Shooting goes surprisingly smoothly for the last 15 minutes. The Kalashnikov is the least offensive firearm he's brought thus far. Shooting time runs out and the range officer tells us to wrap up. Neckbeard grabs range officer by the shoulders like a child. Insists on showing the officer another gun he's brought. It's a fucking gold chrome 12.7mm Desert Eagle he shows off to everyone. Legal handguns are very rare in this country, let alone something this enormous and weird. Even the projector operator steps out of his booth to grope it. As everyone in my group is leaving, Neckbeard stays behind talking with the employees. Asks them if they want to try his guns. None of them have tried full auto guns or handguns before, so they eagerly accept. Hear booming Desert Eagle and bursts of full auto through the sound-shielded door as friends, and I retrieve our coats from the cloakroom. I've got a story for UK, be me. Be in California, ugh. Call this dusty old gun store. Ask gun store dude for specific ammo. Gun store dude has it, seems knowledgeable, seems chill. Get curious, ask gun store dude whether he carries certain guns. Gun store dude tells me he carries them, seems like a great place to buy stuff, and it's close by. Feels great, man. Head down to the gun store. Ammo overpriced. Guns at least a couple $100 more than normal. $2,400 Benelli M4 plus any other fees. What? Notice a lot of ammo still in stock. Notice a lot guns still in stock. Gun store is quiet, be pretty much the only customer in there. Gun store dude is this short guy, maybe 5'2". Talk to him, make a passing mention about his high prices. Gun store dude says something about how I'm bitching about the prices. Immediately leave, don't want to do business with snarky dude with a Napoleon complex. Figure he probably sells to cops and not to average Joes. Looked. On Google reviews, everybody hates him. Another gun store 2 miles down the street loves him because his bad attitude sends all the business their way. Do business with this gun store instead. Heard from someone a few years ago Napoleon dude's gun shop no longer exists. Why are gun stores like this? Continuing here, fifth one, living in Guatemala prior to Gulf War 1.0. Airline security rules very lax. Take short flight to see ruins in northern Guatemala. See very cool and different looking machete and gift shop at tiny airport. Buy cool machete. Take machete on plane with me. Stewardess tells me I can't take on plane. I tell her I bought it at gift shop on this side of metal detectors. She says okay, but says she has to put it in small closet at front where passengers can hang garment bags so they don't wrinkle. Closet is fully accessible by passengers. We fly back to Guatemala City as I carry my machete in full view off the plane and through airport concourse. Decades later, give based machete to my son and tell him the story of how I bought it. 6th, 7th, and 8th ones, 1990s be me working as manager at gun store that sells police gear. We buy many batches of weapons from most agencies in 7-state region whenever they clean out evidence lockers. As manager, I get second dibs right after outside salesmen who set up the deals. Manage to buy 3 different weapons used in multiple homicides. Years later, have kids. Son loves guns, daughter is meh on guns, to my eternal shame. Daughter hears story of my murder guns. Daughter calls dibs on all possessed haunted weapons in my collection. Daughter happily takes murder guns and puts them in her own gun safe. Daughter likes guns now. I probably have some more heirlooms laying around, or at least weird weapon origin stories. I'll have to dig around tonight and see what I can find and remember. It's getting harder to remember things these days. Premature senility really sucks. And I'm having to leave out a lot of the interesting details due to post-length limits. Okay, fine. The first time I got spooked in the woods was genuinely terrifying and changed me forever. Be me 15. Camping with my parents, older sister, and uncle. We tow dad's trailer out to the woods and an open clearing with a dirt patch that's perfect for camping. Not many people know about it and don't go up there but us every few years. We get there, set up, grill dogs and the like. Me and my sister would always pitch a tent outside the trailer so we could stay up like on our Game Boys and DS's, talking and playing. Mom forgets my sleeping bag, so I stay inside this time. Sister goes down to the tent anyway. Family hangs around campfire before going to sleep. Middle of the night, and I'm woken up by a freaky sound. Sounds like a woman yelling but distorted. Maybe it sounded different, but I had been watching ghost shows the previous week about banshees in Ireland and such. Cower under blankets of the sofa bed. Hear a crash outside the trailer, and the sound of sister's tent being rattled. Oh shit. Realize she could be in danger, and jump out of bed and outside with no pants. Sister's tent is shaking like crazy, and I hear her groans coming from it. Become horrified when the distinct sound, I'll never forget it, of the slapping of skin is resonating from inside, and my uncle's voice accompanying it. Realize what's going, and am genuinely shaken, but I'm a pussy 15-year-old, so I go back to my bed and play music in my headphones to force myself back to sleep. Spend the rest of the trip trying to convince myself it was a nightmare. I never want to go in the woods again. Be me. At range. Only one there other than me, and the RSO is some fat fuck with a Mawson. Price tag is still on it, $800. He's wearing a Fleckturn jacket. Look closer. There is a K-patch stapled to it. Their rifle bag is a range trap patch on it too. Left face. Aim. Mag dump into them. RSO comes sprinting over. No rapid fire. Apologize and leave. RSO starts taking the fat fuck's brass. Be me. Friend is 17 and in basic. I write him a letter saying I have subscribed him to The Advocate, the national LGBT advocacy magazine. At his address on base. He freaks out. Goes to his big black drill sergeant. Sergeant, my friend signed me up for a magazine subscription. What kind of magazine, Sergeant? Playboy? Penthouse? Hustler? Club? No sir, for The Advocate. The Advocate. Private? What in the hell is The Advocate? Sir, The Advocate is a gay and lesbian advocacy magazine. Private, haven't you heard of? Don't ask, don't tell? Get the hell out of my office. I've gone to plenty of ranges before, even indoor ones, and I've almost never had a problem with walking in with a rifle over my shoulder and pistol in the holster, but this one time, be me, first winter in Midwest blue state. Decide to take my custom PSA pistol with a foregrip. $300 budget build for the lolts. Walk in carrying it by the carry handle, bolt open with red tab and chamber. Get yelled at. Do they tell me to put it in a case or to walk out? Nope. Here you can't carry that gun in. Employee behind the counter has pulled his gun on me. Nope the fuck out. Same gun, different range. Blasting away. Row calls a ceasefire and runs up to me, tries to rip rifle out of my hands. Starts yelling that it's illegal cause I've got a vertical grip on an Arkansas pistol. Due to custom muzzle brake, it's a half longer than required length, so technically not a pistol, but doesn't have a stock, so not a SBR. Pull back and tell him to fuck off as I start to load my shit. The entire time he's yelling about calling the cops and ATF. I haven't been back to a range in this stupid state since. Sold the Arkansas for $1,000 and bought an Alaska instead. Took it to in-laws farm recently and had a blast with it. Imagine how cucked all those male employees must be to put up with that retard's shit. I wouldn't make it past the interview without 360ing out of there. Story time. Be me. Think part-time range job would be fun too. BD job. Go to this one range run by an expat Brit. Ask employee about job. She tells me about the application process and then warns me there is a little trick in the initial email I will receive. Apparently the email address it arrives from is not the address you submit to, and the owner did that by design as a basic reading comprehension test for new applicants. I ask her if he does shit like that to employees regularly. I tell her I don't like people who play games, and her boss sounds like an asshole. She says he is without saying he is. Thanked her for her time and left.